First off, I want to apologize about the lighting. It's not great right now. And then there's Ermias walking in front of the camera trying to figure out what's going on. But my name is Ari, Ari Glow. And this is a rest and rejuvenation practice today. I just want to let you know that it will be kind of intense in just in one of the poses we'll be holding for just a moment. But this is just essentially to stretch out your legs and feel good after. So whenever you're ready, you can meet me in child's pose. From here, we're gonna get settled into our child's pose. You can do a wide-legged child's pose or just a regular one. I go for my wide-legged to get my hips open before the practice. From here, if you'd like to set an intention on what you'd like to accomplish today, if you just like to let go, be quiet, get some movement in. Maybe you don't want to think about work, school, family, friends, whatever it is, just set your intention here. From here, I'd like you to grip down your fingertips, making almost like a tent with your hands. And then release them back down to the ground. And then inhale one more time. And then exhale them back down to the ground. From here, I'd like you to place your hands together. Bring your arms closer to your head and push your hands back towards your upper back or your neck. Here you should feel some shoulders and arm stretching. And then we're gonna place the hands back down onto the mat. And just rest here for another second or two. From here, we're going to inhale up to a tabletop. And we're going to start off with a few cat and cows. So you're going to inhale and drop your belly. And then exhale. Arch your back and bring your hips in. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, arch your back, bring your hips in. One more. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, bring your hips in. I am beautiful. Then we're going to come into a neutral tabletop. From this neutral tabletop, we're going to put our left arm out to the side of us and twist up. From here, we're going to thread the needle through. From here, you can stay here or lift your arm up at the top of the mat. Maybe you can possibly come up high, or you can go for a bind behind your back, trying to grasp your inner thigh. From here, we're going to lift that arm back up if it's binded, and then we're going to place it back down on the mat. To push ourselves up from the mat, I want you to place that right hand in front of your face. Press yourself up and come back into a tabletop. Now we're going to take that on the other side. So your right arm goes out, you twist up, and you'll thread the needle through. Again, you have the option to take your left arm up on top of the mat or in the air, or you can take that bind again, trying to grasp the inner right thigh. From here, we're going to press back up into a tabletop. So if you have that bind, unbind yourself, place your hand in front of your face, and press up. From here, we're going to get back into a tabletop, and we're going to do wrist warm-ups. These wrist warm-ups are important for any downward dog or version we choose to do. So we're going to take it to the left, up, right, and back for just a few moments. And then we're going to take it the other way. And then we're going to place our fingertips towards the edges of our mat. And we're going to just rock back and forth. From here, we're going to take it a little deeper. So we're going to place our hands off of the mat. And we're going to bring down one shoulder. Bring down another shoulder, and then just keep alternating for 3, 2, 1. And we'll lift back up. This time our fingertips are going to be facing our knees, and we're going to push back, lift back up, push back, set that tailbone back towards your heels, and then back up. And then we're going to do that one more time. And then back up. This one's going to be our deepest one that we're going to hold. And sit back down onto your heels. Breathe. And then sit up and shake your wrists out. From here, we're going to a King Cobra. So we're going to have our hands out a little farther than a tabletop. And we're going to dip our hips down and have our feet up. We don't want to dip down in our shoulders or our elbows. We want to pull ourselves up. So, shoulder blades back, almost as if they're pinching a pencil together. And your gaze is forward. Your hips are dipping down. You're dipping down in your hips, not your arms or your shoulders. And then we're going to inhale and exhale into a child's pose. From here, we're going to inhale up and exhale into a King Cobra. Inhale and exhale into a child's pose. Inhale and exhale into our King Cobra. We're doing this one more time, and then we're going to hold our last King Cobra. So inhale and exhale into our child's pose. Inhale, exhale into this King Cobra. This is the one we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, we're just going to curl our toes under and come into a downward dog. pedal this downward dog out. Do whatever you need. Find some movement into it. And then find stillness. From here, I want you to inhale, look forward towards your hands, and bend your knees slightly, and walk your feet up to meet your hands for a forward fold. From here, we're gonna take a ragdoll, so that means grabbing opposite elbow. And then from here, we're gonna turn to the left. Come up and around. And you'll go down from the right side. We'll do that one more time on the left side. Now we'll go to the right side. And then from here, we're gonna do a shoulder rinse. So we're in our forward fold, we're gonna halfway lift, and we're gonna airplane our arms out. From here, we're gonna interlace them behind us and then fold over our legs. Try to get your hands as far away from your bottom as you can, but do not strain yourself. Go at your own level. From here, we're gonna release our hands back down to our bottoms and release them. We're gonna halfway lift, and then we're gonna exhale, plant our hands down, high plank, low plank. Inhale up dog, exhale down dog. That's called our vinyasa. From here, I want you to take your left foot slightly in, more towards the middle. Lift your right leg up. Open that hip. Try to see your foot underneath your armpit. Bring it back around. And step that foot right in between your hands. From here, we're gonna lift up into a crescent lunge. From this crescent lunge, place that left foot down into a warrior two. And then from here, we are going to go into a side angle. You can rest your right arm down for a few more seconds, and then lift that right arm up and hold this pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll lift or put that right arm back down. And then we'll just put our hands back down and take our vinyasa. I want you to pedal this downward dog out just a little bit, and then place that right foot more towards the middle. Lift that left leg up, open the hip, and then we'll come into that crescent lunge once again. From here, we're going to drop that back foot down and come into a warrior two. And then into our side angle. And then we're gonna hold this pose with the arm up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place that hand back down on your knee. And then we'll come back down into a vinyasa. And then pedal it out. We're gonna do that one more time on each side. So right leg lifts, open that hip, come into our crescent lunge. And then open up to a warrior two. And then side angle. And then 5. Put that arm back out. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then place those hands back down. Take your vinyasa. One more time on the left leg. Open that hip up. And then we'll bring it forward for a crescent lunge. And open up to that warrior two. And then the side angle. Lift that arm off your leg. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down into a vinyasa. And then just take a couple deep breaths. So empty your nose, out through your mouth. One more. In through your nose, and then out through your mouth. From here, we're gonna go into a tabletop position. So you could just let your knees down and then readjust yourself. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. From here, we're going to do opposite leg, opposite arm, and lift it up. So we're gonna go with our right arm first, our left leg first. So left leg out, right arm. And we're gonna hold this for just a moment. And then we're gonna take that arm out to the side. We're gonna try for a bind if you can. To find your balance, just breathe and look more towards your mat. And from here, we're gonna let go of that bind if you have one. And then we're gonna hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're gonna place that hand back down. And we're gonna step the left leg in between our hands for a low lunge. If you need to readjust, readjust. So as we're in our low lunge, arms are up, and then we're gonna twist, oopsies, twist to the right for an open arm twist. And then we're gonna exhaust this back, placing that right hand down on your leg, just not on your knee. If you want more of a back bend, you can open your chest. And then from here, we're going to reverse those hands. So the left hand will be planted down and the right hand will be up in the air. And then from here, we're gonna revolve it. So that right hand is down, left hand is up. And then if you can, try lifting that back leg up and coming in for a bind. And then let that leg down slowly. And push your hips back and slide that foot around. And then from here, we're going to take a few circles with your leg here. Okay. And now the other side. And then again, if you want to take that bind, that left arm will go out to the side, you'll bend that leg, and then you'll come to the back. And from here, you'll place that arm down, and you'll bring that right leg in between your hands, and then adjust into your low lunge. Inhale those arms up, and then we'll open arm twist to the left. And then exalt that pose. If you want to back bend again, open up your chest. Not just sit here. And then we will reverse the hand, and your right arm will be down, left arm will be up. And then we'll take the other side and revolve it so that left arm will be down, right arm will be up. From here, if you want to take that bind, you're more than welcome to take that bind. Back down, and then shift our hips back, drag our heel to the back, and then here we'll do our circles. And then from here, I'd like you to take a downward dog. We're just gonna stretch out one more time, full body stretch. And then from here, let those knees back down and find your way into a seated position. From here, we're gonna take a seated forward fold. Inhale your arms up and fold over. We wanna make sure our spine is straight. And so, when we forward fold, make sure everything is straight, pulled into your spine, and then we're gonna lead with our chest. Okay. And then from here, we're gonna take a firewall position to stretch out our hips for the last remainder part of our practice today. So you want your left leg at a horizontal, so like aligned with the top, like the horizontal lines of your mat. And then you're gonna place the other one right on top. So they're both horizontal. If one leg doesn't go down all the way, that is perfectly okay. This is just to stretch out your outer hip. This is called technically also like a double pigeon. So, and then if you want, you can more than welcome to fold over, but if that's too much, you're more than welcome to just stay up and feel the stretches. And make sure we're breathing through these because these are very intense hip stretches, especially if you don't stretch your hips as often. If in this pose you'd like, you could do your Ujjayi breath. So that's in through your nose, out through your nose. So it sounds kind of like you're snoring. So you want to feel it in your throat and the top of your mouth. 30 more seconds. Okay. And then we're gonna switch. So again, make sure your leg is as horizontal as possible, at least your shin. And then place that other leg on top, that left leg on top. And then fold over if you can. About 30 more seconds. Okay, and then we're gonna go into our backs. And we're going to go into a happy baby. So, have your hands on the arches of your feet and try to get your knees down to the ground as best as you possibly can. They do not have to touch, but having your legs at 90-degree angles and trying to get them into your armpits almost if you can't get them down to the ground. If you want to rock side to side in it, you're more than welcome to. Massage the lower back if need be. I'm going to stay here for just a moment. From here, we're going to alternate, stretching out one leg or the other. So right now I have my right leg out, and then my left leg. And when you do that, it off balances, so you'll have to press down harder on the other side with the knee bent so you don't rock too much. From here, we can go into a reclined butterfly. And just breathe through it. If you want to move your legs up and down, you're more than welcome to as well. And then from here, have your knees up, and then just have your feet planted on the ground, and just sway them side to side for just a moment. And then after you're done with that, we can go into Shavasana.
You just chase your dreams, you don't even take the time to sleep. But don't forget to breathe, don't forget to breathe. You just chase your dreams, you don't even take the time to sleep. But don't forget to breathe, don't forget to breathe. You just chase your dreams, you don't even take the time to sleep. But don't forget to breathe, don't forget to breathe. And when you're down and out, just hold on please. So just close your eyes and count to 3. And don't forget to breathe, don't forget to breathe. You just chase your dreams, you don't even take the time to sleep. But don't forget to breathe, don't forget to breathe. And when you're down and out, just hold on please. So just close your eyes and count to 3. And don't forget to breathe, don't forget to breathe.
So my video cut out the end. So either you can bring your feet in to rock yourself up forward, or you can go into a fetus and press yourself up. From here, I like to make a lotus mudra because lotuses symbolize the changes and transformations that one can have from not great places. So I like to place the lotus mudra above my head, and I say, I access the light above, and I bring it down to my belly button and the darkness below, and then into prayer position at my heart to create the perfect unity within my soul. And the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.